What a difference a week makes. So this is Scotland against Italy, where I believe they had a strategy where they defined fixed parts into a fixed sum of the parts, which is why they ended up doing 29 phases in the last few minutes, and why they lost. I believe they did this because they thought the sum of the parts could be enough to beat Italy. I think they knew that was not the case against England, so they did something completely different. Against England, I believe Scotland realised the sum of the parts were not going to be enough, so they didn't adopt a fixed parts in a fixed sum of the parts. So at this point, if they were playing the way they did against Italy, the 2 second rows or back rows would now get the ball and drive up the middle. But this time, Scotland are having a looser connections. The players don't have so much fixed parts to play, which means they can think on their feet. They try to support each other and be on each other's shoulders. For example, here, Finn sees that there's nothing on the outside, so what he does is he narrows. Now, if Scotland were playing the way they played against Italy, this would now be fixed parts, fixed sum of the parts, phase 1. And we'll go on to phase 29, but no, they do phase 2. See how Finn's going to look in a minute to see what's on the outside. Number 5's seen it as well. So what they're going to do is they're now going to trust each other, think on their feet, and see what happens. And this happens. Here's another example of how the looser connections allow much more interplay. So again, Finn Russell's got the ball. Obviously he's going to go wide, but sees there was nothing on. So he thinks on his feet and changes, knowing that his colleagues are automatically going to be lining up behind him, running off his shoulders. And again, they'd score a try like this. So in a week, Scotland moved from relying on having fixed parts in a fixed sum of the parts that they did against Italy to a completely new approach. By loosening the bonds between interconnected parts, the players can alter their connections to provide previously unseen options at the moment they are running out. Scotland moved from the fixed parts in a fixed sum of the parts to dynamic connections between the parts, creating more than the sum of the parts. They added a Gestalt.